Hi everyone, Justin here. In this video I'm going to be talking about At the Gates of Loyang, a set collecting card drafting game for 1 to 4 players by Uwe Rosenberg. At the Gates of Loyang is played over 9 rounds, after which whoever is highest on the Path of Prosperity track wins the game. Players move up this track by purchasing advancements, with cash the currency of the game. Cash is primarily gained by delivering a set of vegetables to a customer card that the player selects during the card phase. Each player starts with a field on which vegetables can be planted, and a market where vegetables can be bought and sold. Each round is played in 3 phases: the harvest phase, the card phase, and the action phase. During the harvest phase, each player gets 1 new field card, as well as gets to pick up 1 vegetable from each field that already has vegetables on it. In the card phase, players choose which 2 cards they want to use going forward. This phase is carried out by having each player draw a hand of 4 cards. The first player will take one of the 4 cards and discard it down to the table. The second player then can pick up that card and choose 1 card from their hand for a total of 2 cards, or they can discard a card at the table and hope something better comes along later. The round is over once all players pick up 1 card from the table and keep 1 card from their hand, for a total of 2 cards. There are 5 types of cards to choose from. There are 2 types of customer cards, to which you can deliver vegetables for cash. There are field cards, which you can use to plant more vegetables. There are helper cards, which allow you to take some kind of special action. Market cards allow you to trade vegetables for other vegetables. After the players have chosen their cards, they perform their actions. Actions can be taken in any order and any number of times except for 1. Players can sow vegetables on a new field, purchase vegetables from the shop for the higher price listed, sell vegetables to the shop for the lower price listed, trade vegetables at a market stall, play or discard a helper card, deliver to one of your customers, and buy a 2-pack. This is the action that can only be performed once. A 2-pack basically means you get to draw 2 cards and then use one after another instead of using them both at the same time. Then each player decides how far they want to move up the scoring track. Moving up 1 space costs 1 cash. Moving up to the next space costs the value listed on the space. For instance, if you're at space 3 and you wanted to go up to space 5, it would cost you 6. 1 cash to move from 3 to 4, and 5 cash to move from 4 to 5. Whoever has the most points after 9 rounds wins. High points. This game is great with 2 players. The actions are varied and it takes real thought on how you want to achieve your goals. You have the choice on how you want to make money, and you can execute on that choice however you'd like. There is light player interaction in the form of the helper cards, which can affect other players, and in the card phase, where you have to look at your cards and decide which ones your opponents might want and try to deny them those cards while you get the best cards. Low points. Sometimes the cards on the table and in your hand are just not in your favor. This is usually a non-issue, but sometimes it can be frustrating. With more than 2 players, the game kind of drags, and there's not really any benefit in having more players. Some of the specifics, like the card phase and drawing a 2-pack, are kind of difficult to translate from rules to the table, but once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. Final thoughts. As a 2-player game, At the Gates of Loyang is terrific. With more, it's still a great game, it just feels like it drags on more than it needs to. Loyang is a fun balance of how to spend your money. Do you want to try to make yourself more profitable later, or do you want to spend your money on advancing on the path of prosperity now? In the games I've played, players are usually within a point or 2 of the leader, which isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing, just a thing that I've noticed. I would definitely recommend trying this game out, especially if you have 2 players. That was my review of At the Gates of Loyang. Thanks for watching, see you next time.